Jim, how are you reading the formation?
Well, a system promoted by the rise of total football, Peter. The wider players in the front three are key operators in how it all works on and off the ball. They have to provide for the central striker, of course, and protect their fullbacks, so they'll get few breathers. If these two don't make a good impression, there are quite good replacements on the bench.
So that's got things underway. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Jordan Pickford. He's a great all-round goalkeeper, Peter. Great at shot stopping and dominant in his box. He also gets counter-attacks going with his accurate long passes. The opposition should be a little wary of committing too many men forward to attack, because if it does break down, this guy can get them in trouble pretty quickly.
Well, quite no argument from me on that one. Alcaraz. Idrissa Gueye. Beto, now he's off and running. Gabriel. Mosquera. Now, there's a probing ball. It's gone out for a throw-in. It's McNeil. McNeil. Aimed in towards the centre. Martinelli. Saka. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Nikolenko. And it's played forward. Mosquera cuts it out. Zubimendi. Timber is onto it in a flash. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Tarkowski driven forward. Timber has played it long. Branthwaite. Idrissa Gueye. Alcaraz. Oh, that's an excellent interception. Ndiaye. Nice control. Idrissa Gueye. Ndiaye. Ndiaye. Oh, such a clever touch. And here's Dewsbury Hall. Now it's Ndiaye. Ndiaye's chance! Goal! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Incapuyi. Mosquera. Gabriel forwards and with intent. Ndiaye. Ndiaye gently done. Mosquera is there, and he can get that clear. Eze. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Saka, out to the right. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Gabriel shifted upfield. Tarkowski, he's gone direct here. Rice. Martinelli. Eze. Aim forwards. Cleared away. Oh, sweet feet. He's in space and looking for options. Eze. No. Tries a shot! Dewsbury Hall. Saka. Oh, some tackle that. Idrissa Gueye did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Rice. Eze. Martinelli. Oh, it's come loose. Eze stood his ground strongly. He's having a shot! Great defending, strong and determined. And that has been clubbed away. Rice. Over to the left. Lovely feet. Eze. Oh, it's played into the area. And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. And he's there to clear it. Saka does really well to win the ball there. Capier. Saka, oh, good spread. Incapuyi. Oh, nice touch. Saka, backward it goes. Martinelli! Moved on forwards. Oh, nicely intercepted.
Are clearly looking to use the space out in the flanks here.
With a view to what exactly, Jim?
Well, it can encourage the full-backs to get involved and increase their chances of more service into the box.
Up towards the front line. He's cut it out. Incapuyi. That's really well manoeuvred. Clearly not happy with that. And it's played forward. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And back to the goalkeeper. Branthwaite. Quality ball. Gabriel wins the duel this time. Mosquera. Arsenal are already chasing the game. Long time to go.
Well, I would think, Peter, that this team needs help from the experience within. That should help begin the recovery at least.
Rice looks to the other side. Mosquera. Mosquera gently done. Gabriel. Timber shifted upfield. McNeil. O'Brien. O'Brien, that's a sharp pass. That's a lovely, neat pass. O'Brien, nicely aimed pass. O'Brien. Dewsbury Hall. Now it's Ndiaye. And the shot!
NDI really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Mosquera gets over and intercepts. Martinelli, aim forwards. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Now that's well seen too. Mosquera. That's been drilled forward. Branthwaite. The less said about that pass, the better. Ndiaye. Eze moved on forwards. That has been cut short. Has a look and plays it forward. Gabriel forwards and with intent. Rice chooses to go cross-field. And here's Martinelli. It's a mighty effort! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Idrissa Gueye. Nice interception, well timed. Cleared without complication. Back into the middle, and it's McNeil. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. And that has gone horribly wrong. Eze. Saka. That is lovely. Up he goes! Harmlessly behind.
I think he did really well to get the shot away, to be honest, given how much pressure he was under at the time.
Now it's Dewsbury Hall. Ndiaye. That's good play. Is there any support? Bullish header! Martinelli. Eze, early ball out from the back. O'Brien shifted upfield. Alcaraz. And here's McNeil. Alcaraz. And here's McNeil. That's tidy. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he's going to have his name taken. Well, the protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible. And the keeper has it. Saka. And it's played forward. Saka is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Oh, that's well done, really robust. That's really well manoeuvred. And it's Rice. In Capuyi. Well read, and the danger is averted. It's an inviting looking ball, that. And the keeper beats it away. Now it's Saka. Saka! Oh, split-second reaction.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Timber goes forward. McNeil. And here's Beto. Ndiaye! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Ndiaye actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Played towards the other side. Jose. Capier played out towards the right wing. Ndiaye. Idrissa Gueye aimed forwards. Timber gently done. Branthwaite. Branthwaite, a good-looking ball. Beto! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Beto is offering a right smile there.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. McNeil. Dewsbury Hall. Beto played out to the left flank. And that's been won straight back. Dewsbury Hall. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. What a throw in. On the volley! He wasn't that far away.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Timber moved on forwards. And it's played forward. Timber gets across to intercept that. Oh, can he get onto this? And it's Dewsbury Hall. Now it's Beto. Beto! That was a matter of inches.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Rice. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Idrissa Gueye, gently done. Rice. Subimendi. And it's Eze. That's very neat. In by Martinelli. Idrissa Gueye, forwards and with intent. He's got... Oh, that is asking for trouble. Now, who's going to be first to this? Gueye. Now it's Ndiaye. Mikolenko. Driving forward. Martinelli. He's going all the way! Thinks about the shot. And here's Eze. Eze. It's really well cleared. Timber have it back and can go again. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Nice physical challenge. And that is as far as they're going to go. Martinelli. Oh, that's neat. And he's... Oh, smashing header! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Timber. Rice. Saka. That's really well manoeuvred. Ndiaye. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Mikolenko. Branthwaite shifted upfield. Aim forwards. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Oh, this looks sharp. Clipped into space. Martinelli. Dewsbury Hall. Ndiaye. That's really well manoeuvred. And he cuts out the supply. Martinelli. Martinelli. Saka. It's a loose ball. That's a lovely, neat pass. Ndiaye. Now it's Beto. Great defending, strong and determined. Muscular approach does pay off here. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Saka, forwards and with intent. And it's Eze. And he's picked out the run. Caught offside that time. And claimed it back swiftly. Mosquera goes forward. Branthwaite. Has a look and plays it forward. Beto does really well to win the ball there. Alcaraz, gently done. Beto! And the eye! Oh, bang on target. Rice. Now it's Beto. McNeil. Well timed, excellent interception. Zubimendi. Eze. Martinelli. Receives it in a good position here. Tarkowski gets it away. And it's Zubimendi. Beto. Succumbs to the pressure. And the finish! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Now it's Beto. Now it's Beto. MGI. Idrissa Gueye. Moved on forwards. He can get that clear. And reclaimed it in a trice. O'Brien shifted upfield. Big chance, corner. Dewsbury Hall! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Dewsbury Hall clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Idrissa Gueye. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Keeper's got good distance on that. Eze. And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Here we go again.
Arsenal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Mikolenko. Dewsbury Hall. Idrissa Gueye. Mosquera getting this one clear. Dewsbury Hall with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Tarkowski. Beto chasing after it. Dewsbury Hall. McNeil. Alcaraz. Lovely bit of skill. And here's McNeil. McNeil is fouled.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket.
Well, with him already been on a yellow, he should know much better than that.
There's the header! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Timber. Oh, there's a probing ball. He's onto it in a flash. And that's been won straight back. And it's played forward. Ndiaye. Dewsbury Hall. Eze producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Timber. Aim forwards. Well read, nice interception. Moved on forwards. Ndiaye. Dewsbury Hall. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Mosquera gets it away. That has been knocked clear. Gabriel gently down. Eze thinks one through. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Eze shifted upfield.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Martinelli. Zubimendi. Martinelli. Timber. Gabriel. Quality ball. Calmly anticipates. Tarkovsky, forwards and with intent. And there's Greenbrook. Beto! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Beto really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
It's a clearance, but not much of one. And it's Mikolenko. That's a good ball. Can he finish? That's really well manoeuvred. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Alcaraz moved on forwards. And back to the keeper they go. Raya sends that a long way. Mikolenko cuts out the pass. Capier. It's run loose here. Yeah, he's fouled him there. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. That's going to go a long way. And it's Eze.
Martinelli really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Martinelli, he's beaten the last man. Alcaraz. Oh, can he get onto this?
Odegaard. Incapuyi. Ndiaye.
No, again there's no way through.
Eze. Eze.
Played into space out wide, and that has sent him sprawling.
Dewsbury Hall.
Now he's got space here.
Gabriel. Mosquera.
Gently done.
Tarkovsky.
Nicely aimed pass.
Eze. Timber.
That's a sharp pass. That's been drilled forward.
Ndiaye. Dewsbury Hall. Incapié makes the interception.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
And here's McNeil. McNeil gets a cross in.
Good effort first time.
Well, I think his mind was made up the way that ball arrived, and I certainly admire his willingness to hit the volley.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Out of play for a throw. They get a throw in.
Gabriel.
Aim forwards.
Incapuyi.
Arsenal still behind thanks to that solitary strike.
O'Brien driven forward. And it's Eze. Incapuyi. Odegaard. Incapuyi.
Martinelli! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low. And it's played forward. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough.
That has been cut short.
Up towards the front line.
Tarkovsky. Ndiaye. Rice gets across to intercept that. O'Brien. Idrissa Gueye. And it's Dewsbury Hall. Spread out to the left. Now it's Ndiaye. And here's Dewsbury Hall. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Zubimendi cuts it out. They play cross-field, changing the point of attack.
Arsenal are making a change now.
Incapié forwards and with intent. Now it's Eze. Whistle's gone, that's a foul.
cleared away.
Arsenal really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
O'Brien shifted upfield. Havertz. That's an imaginative pass. Dewsbury Hall. Ndiaye. O'Brien. Aim forwards.
Defending of the desperate variety. Holds it back and can go again.
Can he latch on to this? Mosquera clears it away. Ndiaye.
Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Out to the left it goes.
Now it's Eze.
Very nicely done.
Havertz.
Into the channel. And it's hoisted clear.
And it's Rice.
Oh, that's nice.
Odegaard. Havertz. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Nkapuyi. Nkapie, gently done. Beto has found the net here, of course. Ndiaye. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Timber,
Good-looking ball.
Beto looks to get on the end of this. He's going to be disappointed with that. Eze, who's steaming forward. Eze. Capie. Odegaard. Goes for a shot!
He scores! They have come roaring back.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, that certainly raised the temperature in here, and both sides are looking to up their game accordingly.
Capie. Now it's Rice. He is just caressing the ball. Rice opts to play it back. Nkapuyi. Subimendi. Branthwaite. And it's played forward. Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
Crunching tackle.
Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example.
And the shot! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Tarkowski. That's really well manoeuvred. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Pickford, long ball by the goalkeeper. And claimed it back swiftly. And it's Mykolenko. And it's been played through.
Well, they could break here. Played out to the right. Referee's given a throw.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Ødegaard flings it across. Nkapie knocks it out wide. Rice, and that's aimed into the middle. And that's nice and simple for the keeper. Mykolenko. Alcaraz.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour.
Zubimendi. Mosquera. Gabriel. That's a lovely, neat pass. Alcaraz. Moved on forwards. Gabriel clears it away. Havertz. Eze. And the shot!
Oh, should have put that away.
Oh, look, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Ndiaye wins the duel this time. Mykolenko. Alcaraz forwards and with intent.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end of it.
That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. And that's a throw.
O'Brien getting this one clear. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And it's Ødegaard.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Decent chance!
Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Now then, the ball's come loose.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Havertz. Mosquera. Gabriel.
Oh, there's a probing ball.
And it's made its way to him.
Oh, good spread. Turns and goes back.
And he's heaved it away. Zubimendi. Zubimendi, gently done. Played out wide. Zubimendi. Played back in.
Cleared away.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Odegaard.
Arsenal really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Ambitious ball here.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Well timed, excellent interception. Ndiaye. Ndiaye, who does have an assist to his name. Beto!
And no, he couldn't find the finish.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
O'Brien shifted upfield. That's a throw. But there's going to be another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Alcaraz proves too strong.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Alcaraz.
That's really well manoeuvred. Aim forwards.
Now it's Beto. Alcaraz done delicately. Ndiaye. Alcaraz. Nice physical challenge.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And it's Odegaard.
If we're going to get a winner, it's got to come now.
Rice. He has a look out. Nkafuyu. Tarkowski can get it clear. Beto.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Muscular approach does pay off here. Lobbed in behind. And he welcomes it in. Beto. And here's Beto. And he shoots! That was superb goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Rice.
They're making life really hard for themselves. The ball needs to be in the mixer, not there.
Oh, that's well done, really robust.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Ooh, can he get onto this? Rice. He came in hard, very hard.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Moved on forwards. Havertz. Beto. Now it's Ndiaye. Beto! Beto! Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Branthwaite.
And it's played forward. And he's there to clear it.
Mosquera getting this one clear. Odegaard.
2 minutes to be added on.
Timber, aim forwards. Branthwaite. Tries a measured ball. Now it's Havertz. Trossard. That's good play. Subimendi. Arsenal don't have many options and time is running out.
That's really well manoeuvred.
Rice. Trossard. And here's Havertz. Oh, good ball.
Great challenge, time to perfection.
Climbs up big. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
And time is up.
Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints.
Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Arsenal can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.